So thoracic movement or upper back movement can influence a lot of things, from shoulder function to neck to lower back. This area is quite prone to stiffness, so it can be quite challenging to mobilize it, to get it moving without involvement, without some compensation in the lower back or in the shoulder. In this video I'm going to show you tripod rib roll and its variations with different hand placements. So tripod is a position from human development as the child grows, and it's usually used to when you're on all four or on hands and knees to reach for something. So it's very similar movement to what we are using for any T-spine mobilization, especially into rotation. We are kind of rotating. So advantage of the tripod position is because of one leg is stepped forward, it basically like stabilizes the lumbar spine or the lower back, so most of the rotation is coming from the upper back, where what is basically the target for the mobilization. So the tripod setup is basically you're going to start on your hands and knees, spread the fingers nice and wide. Knees are roughly hips width apart. Kind of create that neutral flat spine. Take a nice deep breath into your chest. Breathe out. Try to get the ribs basically down into that expiratory position. Put the hand back. You can step with one leg forward when you are doing so. There shouldn't be much rounding of your back. If you have good hip flexibility into flexion and external rotation, there is not going to be, but if you don't, I'm going to give you a few options, few modifications in a second. Your next step is going to be just maybe take a few breaths, try to play around with the upper back, try to feel whatever feels right. You're going to feel a little bit of restriction, a little bit of tightness inside that hip. Then from this position, you're just going to put your hand on your ribs, still feel that it's staying down, that it's not lifting up. Breathe in, breathe out, and rotate. Try to look up to the ceiling. And again, breathe in, breathe out. Drive like you're driving the shoulder up to the ceiling. So again, breathe in, breathe out. Guys, also in the comments below, just let me know what is your favorite T-spine mobility. Like, is it something like this or is it more side lying? So there are a few variations from this position. So you can have the hand basically on your ribs. This is especially lately what I prefer the most, but again, it's just a little variation which gives you a little bit extra feedback. It's going to make you a little bit more aware where your ribs are. The next option is a little bit from SFMA, so you're just going to put the arm behind the back and again like rotate over here. Then you have a position where you put just the hand on your forehead and again you're just going to rotate. And a few other positions with the hand behind the back. Or the whole arm. Usually the problem with the whole arm or even the hand behind the neck is a lot of people just trying to go too far, too fast. So instead of rotating in their upper back, they're trying to overextend behind the back instead of rotating purely from the upper back. So let's say you have a little bit tighter hips and you are not able to get into that straight back position or flat spine position very easily. What you can do is use some kind of step or chair, or depending on whatever you need. So the setup is pretty much the same. So just hands on the step or on the chair. You're just going to take a step. Now you are basically able to create almost like perfectly flat back, nice long neck. Setup is the same. Breathe out. And then again, just rotate over here. So small detail to add, when you're in that position, and actually in any T-spine mobilization where you're rotating away from something, almost like try to actively push away while maintaining this shoulder nice and down, so you're not shrugging it up. So how I would program this routine is, you can go for maybe like 5 rotations each side. Listen to your body. So let's say if the rotations towards the left is a little bit tighter, maybe double up on the left side. So you're going to go only 5 to the right and 10 to the left. What you can do is always like, I usually combine this with breathing. So breathing in, rotation, breathing out. And again, breathing in, breathing out. But also it can be hold or held for a time, so you rotate and you try to take like 5 breaths where you are trying to actively just create that intra-abdominal pressure and try to breathe out and bring the ribs down. So again, like maybe repetitions, maybe hold and breathing, trying to own that position. Guys, thanks very much for watching. If you liked it, just give it a like. It helps to spread the word a little bit around, and I'll be definitely bringing more content like this in the future. Talk soon.